and thank you for tuning in. My name is Dr. Dan Cooper, and the thing that I would like to talk to you about today is something that I would like to call right now rad bod. So the reason I'm calling it rad bod is a little play on words because there was a thing that was popular for a while. It was called dad bod. I hope it's not popular currently. So dad bod was this movement of, almost my impression of it was kind of like this body positivity movement, but for dudes. And the gist of it was, maybe you used to be an athlete back in high school and you let yourself fade and sag and become soft. And so it was this kind of pudgy physique became like this cool thing. So I can give a shit if you're in great shape, if you're fat, like I don't care. But the fact that it was being touted as like this cool and popular thing, I thought was very interesting, especially since it was being named dad bod. Because I have an idea. I have a thought. I have a thought about what a dad should be representing and what a dad should be representing to their children. And it is not that I think that your physique makes up all of who you are. It does, however, represent a few things, in my mind at least. And some of those things have to do with prioritizing health, dedication to health and fitness, things like that. Achieving goals, having a goal that is associated with a high degree of health, and then achieving that goal. So where did this all come from? The dad bod deal. So around 2015, some girl wrote, I think she wrote an article in her college newspaper is what the deal was. And she was describing dad bod. And as a like lauded kind of thing. So I caught a little shit for this from my wife when I was talking about doing this episode. And because one of the things I thought it celebrated mediocrity. It was you kind of just let it slide and don't give a shit. And it's celebrating that. And that irked me. I still think that, yeah, she doesn't want me to say it, but I still think that's true. What it does also is gives us permission to fall into that trap of adulting, right? So what is adulting? And in my mind, adulting, as we say it, we talk about adulting and in a negative context. And what I think that actually equals has to do with falling into the trap of letting go of the things that create vitality and vibrancy within you. Getting into a job that just drags on you, and feeling like you have so many obligations and putting energy and time into those obligations that you don't get to put time and energy into making yourself the best version of yourself. The self-building and life-affirming, vitality exploding stuff that makes us excited people. So that's what I kind of feel like it also gives permission to fall into that trap of sitting on the couch drinking beer with your buddies as your main pastime, skipping out on fitness, being okay with hot dogs instead of some other healthful food stuff. One thing that I think it does do, though, one of the positives for it, because the rad bod movement that I would love to push, or call it dad bod 2.0, whatever we're going to call it. One of the things that's beneficial with the OG rad or dad bod is that it does calm fears of comparison judgment. And from what I asked some girls about this, and they're like, "What is up with this dad bod nonsense? Do you actually like this? What's the story?" And some of them gave me an interesting perspective that, picking a guy who's not a super stud calms their fears of infidelity. Does that correlate? I don't think so. I think infidelity has more to do with the person who would be unfaithful more so than the person they would be unfaithful to. It's just something that's in them. It doesn't matter who your partner is. I remember Hugh Grant was dating, what was her absolutely gorgeous self, Elizabeth Hurley. And he just goes out and bangs a hooker. Like, what in the hell? So it's not that, she wasn't hot enough to hold him. It was just something within him. So what is the rad bod? What is dad bod 2.0 supposed to embody in my mind? And what I think it should embody. What should a father's outward appearance dictate, emulate, show to the world, and especially given we're using the word dad, to the kids? What should the dad's physique portray to his children? Are things like dedication to health. Showing, kids learn by seeing and emulating their parents. So by showing that health is an important piece of your life and it's something you're willing to sacrifice for time, not anything else really, because fitness is fun, but something you're willing to put you're willing to prioritize fitness and health. Role modeling anything is what you're doing as a parent, but role modeling achieving. So having a goal that you want to achieve and then achieving that goal, role modeling doing that sort of thing, and perseverance, because in the early stages of fitness, it's not that easy. Starting new habits, not that easy. But persevering through those difficult initial stages so that you can then kick ass at a thing, that is worth role modeling for your kids as well. And then also, not just from the role model perspective, but being someone who can protect your family. What is it? What is a father's role? It's a director. So the developing and then moving a family in a direction, providing just in general, but providing safety, providing sustenance, providing a safe haven for the family to grow, nurture, and become wonderful. That's the dad's fucking job. So be able to do that. If you're so out of shape that you can't, say your kid, maybe they're not even that young. Maybe the kids are, 15, they weigh 150 pounds. And he gets hurt. And now you've got to carry this kid. You're doing a cool-ass Grand Canyon trip. And so now you're in the Grand Canyon and you've got to pack that kid out. Can you do it? Or is your kid going to fucking die because you're so out of shape that you can't, this isn't necessarily protect, you can't extract your child from a dangerous situation. That's unacceptable. So that piece from that's a raw fitness piece. Can you pull the car off the kid? Can you pack that kid out of a dangerous situation? Can you physically do certain things? And then there's skills. Survival is skills. There's knowledge involved in survival. Can you say shit goes crazy? Can you grow food? Can you protect the family via skills, not just strength now? Do you have the skills and situational awareness to identify threats and then avert those threats? The identifying threats, that doesn't have to do with the bod necessarily, but that's a mental skill that then you have to apply to the physicality. Can you do those things? It's important. And can you do it? Can you fight off an attacker? Can you whatever the physical skill is that you have to do? Can you do those things? Because that is what a dad is. Somebody who teaches their kids to be an amazing piece of society, who stands up for themselves, who knows who they are within, and provides, whether it's money, sustenance through actually farming and hunting, those sorts of things, or whatever the mode is, providing and protecting is the dad's role. So, can you do it? Does your body show that you can do it? That's the rad bod. That is the dad bod 2.0. So, if you agree with me, let's jump on the team together. If you don't, tell me why. Tell me what you think I'm fucked up on, and I'll be happy to discuss it. This is cool. I'm not somebody who thinks I'm so stuck in my ways that I can't learn. So if you think I'm wrong, tell me why, and let's chat about it. See you guys soon.